Welcome back to the Great Expanse by JohnBat426 here on YouTube. It is a pleasure to upload these videos and record them for you for your consumption. And hopefully you'll do your part and I'll do my part so we can tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a foe to tell someone we don't know about the Great Expanse by JohnBat426, a comic book related channel. And in the future, that could expand to just comic books. It could expand. All right. But anyway, if you've liked the videos that you've seen thus far, click the like button. If not, hit the dislike button. Share these videos with other people that you know that like comic book related stuff as much as you do. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. All, not personalized or the one underneath, but all. So the next time a new video is dropped, you'll know about it second. I'll know about it first. And I'm the One Breath Champ. And you know my status. Okay? So, we're looking at some Alex Ross artwork. And I can't wait. Okay? Because I'm a little behind on my Alex Ross videos. All right, and I definitely want to see what Alex Ross has got. It's cooking. If you smell what the Ross is. Okay, that didn't work. But we're looking at how does Alex Ross design his layouts. And I can't wait. I really can't. And we are doing it in 3, 2, 1. Go.
I had to check a lot of the details of the way they draw Magneto's costume because what I remembered is always slightly different from, your memory holds on to certain physical details of stuff. And
the Master of Magnetism.
On others.
One of my favorite supervillains of all time.
I was trying to recall exactly the way you draw it.
And he's almost an anti-villain.
The way that they look similar to each other, but what was always the case with comics, specifically Jack Kirby more than any other creator.
And his anti-villain status is the reason why he was on the side of the heroes in the original Secret Wars series of the 80s.
What's weirder is it looking up the stats on MODOK.
The real MODOK, not
larger than
Jeff Loveness.
I've even drawn there. They list him as something like 12 feet. And it's like 12 feet would be off the edge of that paper if I was drawing him to those stats. Like, wait a minute, 12 feet? Where's that come from? Somebody just wrote it in and didn't really do any math, I'm sure, to sort of figure out like how big that would actually make him be. Because I was going by original artwork, the way that Jack Kirby had first drawn him.
Norman Osborn's
He's
The Green
big,
Goblin.
But not that big. It's a great Kirby designed villain who showed up in the Captain America book. And
I love MODOK. That's why I despise how he was treated in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So like that rough sketch there, that's just going from memory. That's not sitting there and
my boy, the Scorpion, Apocalypse,
or whatever. That was me
Juggernaut,
knocking it
Magneto,
through in like another, I don't know, maybe I worked
Black
on that
Cat,
for a couple hours, maybe less.
Kingpin, Galactus in the back.
I don't remember how much time it was. It was just to kind of get a feeling of confidence about
the
it.
Lizard.
Like a sense of like, oh yeah, there's a lot of characters here I'd like to draw. This will look nice. Making decisions like, okay, how many villains are going to be female in this? Because you'll wind up saying, oh, I don't really have very good diversity in the scale of who gets to make the cut, because it's not about
Emma Frost
for the sake of who needs to be represented.
Who also spent time as an X-Men.
Who makes the cut from being important, from being like a major...
Right. Who are the major characters?
There's plenty of characters of all different backgrounds, but you want to include...
I wonder who he based Emma Frost's face on.
The most iconic ones. And
that's Hela.
Ironically, the majority of the women characters that make their way into the piece are kind of villain-ish, but more sort of on the level of being anti-heroes
Black Cat,
rather
Felicia
than
Hardy, and
full-board
Elektra Nachos.
Yeah, like Elektra, you realize like she's a complicated character, but she's not like knocking over bank vaults. She just has a very liberal idea about killing.
Right. She's an assassin, basically.
Robs people, but she's mostly on the side of the angels and
mostly. I
Mystique,
wonder why she has a dog collar on.
She's been an assassin, so you would think having killed a lot of people would be enough of a thing, but she's generally considered on the good guy's side these days.
She's also been a trainer with the X-Men in the early 2000s.
Has kind of
except Hela.
Sort of.
But even then, Hela in the comic books is still a little ambivalent.
Villain is being a subjective kind of point of view.
She was just a villain in Thor Ragnarok.
Good character until she got really angry. So she has
Dark
she has
Phoenix.
two identities. She has
Dark Phoenix is just consumed with power.
Dark Phoenix,
and she destroys an
costume
entire
changes
solar
color,
system.
but otherwise she's, you know, same body, different mind, or different.
I wonder why they're
worse
afraid to
attitude.
make
Such a worse
villainous
attitude, they
female
said,
characters.
Once she killed a bunch of people, that the editor-in-chief of the company basically said, "You're going to have to kill her because she killed all these people in this comic," and that's where the storyline headed. But the creators didn't really want to kill her.
Look at that light.
So they did the story. It wound up being one of the most famous stories in comics history.
Yes.
And ever since it happened, everybody's been kind of trying to figure out a way to keep her alive as a character and rejuvenate her, and they eventually did.
Well,
And
great
so
shot of
everything about
Phoenix.
her death has kind of been nullified, but it was this great moment in storytelling.
Unfortunately, that's kind of a common
So
theme
powerful
among
that they
Marvel
were-
Comics
they
characters
couldn't
and
be
DC.
allowed to
Oh, they died, but they'll be back.
Villainous was represented by a statue. I think it was supposed to be his frozen body or something, that how he died. But they had
Yeah, because in the comics,
this
Thanos and
frozen
Drax
body,
were
this-
like killing each
this
other back and
position with
forth
his hands
so
out,
many
standing
times
there
that was like
this.
ridiculous.
And my painting that I'll be doing of Thanos is him
I like the
in
fact
that
that his
position.
eyes
not
are
him
like
with
stars.
the Infinity Gauntlet like everybody thinks of now, and not him with the Cosmic Cube, but him in that death pose. Because for me, that pays homage to the greatest way I knew this character, which was as a dead guy. And I put it there for those that will get what I'm up to, and it probably bears some explanation for people to appreciate that I have a reason for.
And each
what I
individual
like about it, how that's
villain
different
that's
than
drawn
other
is a
people like.
comic book
But,
cover.
you know, to me, all the revival of Thanos has
The
been
timeless
kind of
line.
getting away from the greater knowledge that he gained by having died, and that everything he's done since his revival has been sort of like, all right, so he's trying to kill everybody again. I guess he'd learned nothing by being dead. And it's just because everybody
Great
wants
design
to see
for
the character
Thanos.
around. They don't want him to be gone. You want him to still be a constant threat in comics, much like Green Goblin. Green Goblin was killed in like 1973.
Multiple times.
And he's never stopped reappearing, whether it's
Right.
somebody else taking up the identity or them eventually deciding, all right, he was not really dead after all, and doing the whole retconning thing of saying everything you thought you knew about this character's passing wasn't true, and here he is again.
Oh, this is the end.
And bedevil Peter Parker anew.
I just love his style. You've heard me say that repeatedly on Alex Ross comic books because he paints. And see, I'm not a painter. I'm a penciler.
It's time for me to get set up for therapy, and I use
Quiet. I'm sorry, there's an ad playing in the headphones. But I'm just enthralled by the artwork of painting using a brush. You know what I mean? Because again, as I said, I just use pencils. Maybe one day I'll have my artwork up here or there over one of these shoulders. Okay. But Alex Ross, I love his stuff. Again, he based a lot of his comic book characters on living models, actual people. That's why I was asking the questions, like, who did he use to model Emma Frost and Felicia Hardy's Black Cat and Electra Nachos? Because it's hard to diversify a face when you have a comic book style. Because if you think about John Romita Jr., they have the same face. You know what I mean? The only thing that helps you differentiate them one from another is either their hairstyle or their outfits. Alex Ross just has this amazing eye. He's a tremendous painter, and perhaps that's why he doesn't do a lot of stuff, because it just takes so long to do. Now, famously, you know, he's done Kingdom Come, which we're going to do a video for. Kingdom Come came out many years ago, but it's a comic book. It's a graphic novel, excuse me, by Alex Ross. All right. So if you've liked this Alex Ross video, hit the like button. Share this video with other people that you know that might like Alex Ross's artwork. David Brent, please let them know where to put their comments or dissertations if necessary. Thank you, Mr. Brent, for all your work. Do your part, and I'll do my part. This is The Great Expanse by John Bet 426 here on YouTube. Can and will expand.